Hello everyone, and let's start this week's 2 cents worth with EURUSD. Now we've been in EURUSD for quite some time, both long here and short here. Looking today at a weekly reversal bar, which suggests that we're going, if we'll get there, ready, set, go, there we are, that suggests that we're going long here. Now, this may well look very interesting to the market because here's next week's or tomorrow's weekly pivot. That's where that will start. Here's where I think the crucial area is, where we've broken that previous support level. But you can see how strong it has been as both resistance and support in the past. This is a very, very, very strong level. And for that reason, I think the market's going to look at that and go, well, okay, here's a higher low. We're going in this direction. I'd have to agree with that, but we've got to get through that level first, I do believe. Now, we are short at the moment and going well with this trade. I do see this really as an opportunity to get a short-term short into the market to pick up the long maybe off the right shoulder here. And what I mean by that, maybe on your smaller time frames, you'll be looking for maybe a test of that level. You might have a trade line coming through here on the 4-hour chart, might break, get to there, come back underneath and retest it, and then I think there's a short on offer, maybe not beyond the weekly pivot, which is this line here, but maybe it might just duck beneath there to pick up this level here, and that would give you a pretty clear looking head and shoulders or inverted head and shoulders pattern. I think that would be the time I'd start to get interested in the long, and may even consider tightening up my shorts if that were the my stop loss on the shorts, which of course is well into profit. So we'll see how that pans out, but I'm liking that shape on EURUSD. Another one that's really interesting, again, the euro having a strong finish to the week. We've got a key reversal bar here that's suggesting again that this will go long. It also has its problems at the moment if it wants to do that, not least of which it's reached the monthly pivot confluence area with this trend line, which doubles as the top of my descending channel. So I think that's going to struggle also in the early parts to get through this level. Early parts of the week, that is. It may well do, but I think this is a great area from which we should trade because I don't want to scalp off this level, but I would like to see some price action at this area and give me an indication as to what may or may not happen next. Of course, it can break, and if it does and retests that level, that confluence area there, it may well just take off. But like I said, it is going to struggle through the strong resistance that we've got, monthly pivot, top of the descending channel, and of course this whole number, which is 86, the 86 cent mark, and of course that is, as you might expect, it being a whole number, a former support and resistance area. So I'm a little bit wary with this one. But I think again, similar to EURUSD, if we can maybe pull back down to here and put in a higher low, maybe pick up that low there, it does look as though this wants to go long. However, that said, if we do get above this trend line, which of course, as I said, doubles as the top of my channel, and comes back underneath it, I think we're back inside that range. We're still in that range. We haven't broken out of it yet. We'd be back inside it, and if we got a retest of the monthly pivot and confluence area with that trend line, I think the shorts come back into play. So I'm not predicting a direction here at all, but what I am saying is pay attention because anything could happen here, and I think because we're at that strong confluence area, something will happen that may give us a nice trade. So that's euro pound. Third and last one that I want to look at this week is Aussie Kiwi. Now I think this is far clearer in terms of which direction than certainly it is euro pound. Why? Because, well, if you go to the monthly chart again, this is pretty clear range. Of course, this is one of the classic ranging pairs, Aussie Kiwi. You can just about count on when it gets to 110, it's going to go back towards parity and never seems to reach it or break below it. So once again, we find ourselves in that area. I'm looking for a lower high. Really didn't get it off the top here. It's a little retracement, but it's not really giving us that lower high. And that would keep me out of, probably at this very moment, going short underneath last week's weekly bar. Oh, sorry, that's a monthly chart, but under last week's weekly bar. But you can see we do have a lower high on the weekly chart. Again, not fantastic for mine, but enough to suggest that we're going to get another sell-off, which we did. And now we're looking for a retest of this confluence area on AUDKiwi 106.18. Look, that's a dominant break, no question. There is a support level dead ahead, so I would much prefer to see this come back and test that broken trend line / trade line, and of course the confluence of what is the current, well, it'll be next week's or tomorrow's weekly pivot. That's where it'll be. That's going to look sensational if it gets back to there, and I'll be looking to trade that maybe on the smaller time frames, but if it gets back there by the end of the week, certainly this time next week I'll be looking to trade it. But I also think on the smaller time frames, as I said, if we can come back to here, maybe put in another lower high, maybe pick up a trade line on a smaller time frame on Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe even tomorrow, who knows, then I would be looking to trade this short, with the suggestion that we're going to the bottom of the range around about that 103 area, or certainly down to this 104 area. So that is AUDKiwi, and that really sums up the week for me, or certainly what I'll be looking for. I think Swissy yen's very interesting as well. Big sell-off bar there. We've been inside that bar ever since, and last week's candle suggests to me it's certainly the first real response from the sellers, apart from, of course, the low test bars. That suggests the close on this low is going to produce something, maybe a retest of those lows. So that's interesting as well. But I think the pick of them for me is AUDKiwi, and I'll be looking to pick up a short on that at some stage during the week. So that for now is my 2 cents worth.